here. Stands back near his own end zone, fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh my goodness. This is 7 scoring run for Elk River. Now here's Mason Witt driving his layup. Helsher looking to attack, then it comes out to Riley Byer. Spin move off to Helsher. She'll shoot the 3 and score.
Take the kick here.
Yeah, I think that's
or is that
Patrick Klecker.
Oh, that's Klecker. Okay.
Yep,
sorry.
and his shot got deflected, and the follow-up is good. State brings you the instant replay. And Alexandria is on the board here in minute number 66. The Alexandria Cardinals. He works their way in front here. And again, going into the locker room, it is 30-6 in favor of Alexandria. This for a berth in the Class 5A state football tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidey gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh. Yeah,
that would outscore the Tech Tigers.
Yeah, that's right. And so the Cardinals will get the second and third place. And it looks like in lane number 2, I think Victoria Davidson is our videographer tonight. And Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer. Now a muscle attempt, and now a turnover and a goal! And the Cardinals are maintain control of the punt, but it's going to be taken here by Wyzetta. Centering attempt into the slot area gets broken up. Emily Doherty trying to skate out with it, but now Russo has it. She'll fire, save made, and
have to be very, very legitimate or intentional with their puck play.
Now Madeline Lewis is battling Brecklin Alexson, and here's a shot and
by 9 months. The jump wing, and this one's lined right side down the line. That's going to be in for a third. He'll make it in with a sliding triple. 2 more runs.
And we head outdoors on this Wednesday afternoon for broadcast coverage of high school fast pitch softball. Our debut broadcast of the Alexandria Cardinals in the spring of 2026. Today, Alexandria will match up against the Sartell Sabres. The second of the 2 regular season meetings between these teams, and they will not play each other again here in 2026 as they go in different directions. In essence, Sartell replaced Alexandria during the postseason in Section 8 AAA, while Monticello replaced Sauk Rapids Rice in that particular section. Sauk Rapids Rice going back into Class AAA from Class 4A along with Sartell last year. The Sabres were able to get all the way to the championship round in Class 4A Section 8 before ultimately falling to the Brainerd Warriors. Sartell and Alexandria played each other about 2 weeks ago, and the Sabres won the home game down at Sartell High School 6-2. So Sartell visits Alexandria today looking for the regular season sweep. Alexandria is hoping to put some good things together and gain a split in their season series with Sartell. Good afternoon and welcome to our broadcast of Fast Pitch Softball featuring the Alexandria Cardinals and the Sartell Sabres. You are hearing it on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, and also audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. Thanks so much for joining us on our YouTube channel today. We will have a number of regular season baseball and softball broadcasts that will be video streamed. There you get the KXRA play-by-play with the live video on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. My name is Dave McClurg, and JP Boline is not only our videographer, but he joins me for our broadcast during the spring sports season. And JP, great to have you along this afternoon. I know a day where the wind is blowing in, I believe, from right field, so it's kind of blowing across from our vantage point down the right field line. But fortunately, Mother Nature is saying it's okay to be outdoors today.
Yeah, it's considering a beautiful day outside and a little chilly when that the clouds cover up the sun, but when the sun comes out, it's really, really nice. So it's one of those days, just a nice early, feels like softball weather, that's for sure. And it's nice to get out and finally do a softball game.
Yeah, this is our first of 3 scheduled regular season games. We were to do a 4th last week when Moorhead was slated to visit. That game on Friday, April 24th, got moved ahead a couple of days. I'm not sure if it was a weather-related issue or some other reason that the game got moved ahead 2 days, but unfortunately, when it got moved ahead to the makeup date, we weren't able to do the broadcast that day. Moorhead, by the way, ended up prevailing in that game here at Alexandria Area High School. Moorhead and Alexandria now common opponents in Class 4A Section 8. Sartell is not a common section opponent. They have not been together in the same section since the 2021 season. But JP, I know that the Sabres, their resume is pretty solid right now, and Alexandria is going to have its hands full today. Sartell's going to have an excellent pitcher in the circle with Marnie Kuzman this afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough task here for Alexandria. They've already seen Sartell once this year, so maybe a familiar face. Not sure who pitched against Alexandria in that contest, but the Sabres are red hot right now, and Alexandria just trying to keep that momentum from their last win.
Yeah, the Cardinals were able to come away with a victory over the Detroit Lakers last week by a score of 9-2. So, in essence, Alexandria played games on 3 consecutive days last week. A win at Fergus Falls a week ago yesterday, the loss at home to Moorhead a week ago today, and then 6 days ago, Alexandria topped Detroit Lakes. So that leaves the Cardinals at 3-3 on the year. That includes a 3-1 mark in the Central Lakes Conference. Sartell is off to a 6-1 start in the Central Lakes, and the Sabres under head coach Carly Paff stand at 8-2 on the year. Now, in regular seasons gone by, 20 games would be the maximum that you would play during the regular season. However, I believe those scheduling restrictions have been relaxed a little bit. I believe the maximum number you are allowed to play during the regular season is now 24. So as a result, that means a little more leeway in terms of whether you want to play more conference opponents or you want to try to play opponents in your section. And JP, considering that Alexandria is in a section that has only 2 other Central Lakes Conference foes, this has allowed them the opportunity to play Bemidji and play Moorhead and play Elk River and so on.
It's going to be a tough task. I mean, it's been like that for every sport now, and it's the final season where, for Alexandria athletics and athletes to get a look at that higher level here in the spring too. So after this season, they'll be well aged in the high class and be ready for next year. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough adjustment, of course, going into the sections and playing these big opponents too. But I mean, Alexandria, they're 500 right now, and I think they're up to the task this season.
Yeah, it should be a good test today, and this, ironically, will kick off a week where the Cardinals will play games on 3 consecutive days, but this week it goes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, here with Sartell in a makeup game of Monday's postponement, and then a road trip to St. Cloud to play the Crush tomorrow at Tech High School, and then Friday, another road trip, and Alexandria will head north to Bemidji to play their new section rivals, the Bemidji Lumberjacks. I know that you spent a lot of your academic years post-Alexandria Area High School up in the Bemidji area. Did you ever get out to the high school to watch any Bemidji Lumberjack activities?
In a couple of baseball games, it was right by my apartment, so it was a couple times just watching from my apartment window, at least sophomore year. So that was one part, watching that, but also working those games too from behind the scenes, from the studio to a lot of those games. So we did one of our first games doing working together was a softball game in Bemidji. So that was actually the first time I was on the softball field at that time.
Yeah, so Alexandria is going to be back at that venue this coming Friday. It's going to be a single game up in Bemidji to the best of our knowledge. We are slated to bring you 3 regular season Alexandria fast pitch softball games, 1 a week for each of the next 3 weeks. Today's contest at home against Sartell. We're going to make the road trip to Cold Spring 8 days from now, as the Cardinals will have their only meeting of the year against the defending Class AAA state champion Ricori Spartans. That should be a good test. Last year, Ricori had to come back to get a win at home against Alexandria, but the Spartans really did a nice job against the Alexandria Cardinals the remainder of the season and even into the sections, where Alexandria's only 2 defeats in the section tournament came at the hands of Ricori. So a game hosted by the Spartans next week in Cold Spring on May 7th, and then 8 days after that, we'll be back here at Alexandria Area High School for the Cardinals game against new section rival Monticello. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer, as I like to say, the man at master control in downtown Alexandria, making sure that we stay on the air for the radio coverage. And, of course, we've got JP Boline as our on-site engineer for the video work as you watch on YouTube today. And also JP has the microphone for the commentary. Is the setup amenable for you, JP, that you're able to do the double duty here? Or?
Yeah, I think this is going to work out pretty well. I think you can see the infield, and we got another camera up. We're going to try that out here today, try some new things for the outfield too. So obviously with a big fence, softball creates some challenges with the camera, but we got above it. I got some zip ties. I got some bungee cords up there, and it's a much better looking setup than we tried last year when I brought a bunch of tape and hockey laces, so much cleaner setup here for aesthetics too.
Yes, it is looking very sharp here at the Alexandria Fast Pitch Softball Complex. So we are still about 20-25 minutes away from the start of today's game. Again, Alexandria 3-3 on the year, hosting Sartell. If you are watching on the YouTube channel, you'll probably notice that the Alexandria Fast Pitch Softball players are getting set to do their infield-outfield routine. Sartell still has the opportunity to do that, and I anticipate we'll get our game underway right on time, if not maybe a minute or two ahead of the 4:30 projected start time. I know that one of the umpires in attendance for today's game is already on site. He stopped by and greeted me just a short time ago. So on our platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Radio, and on our YouTube channel, we're going to take our first break during the pregame show, which is being presented to you by Juettner Motors of Alexandria. In segment number 2 of our Juettner Motors pregame show, I'll be visiting with one of the co-coaches of the Alexandria Fast Pitch Softball team, as Jackie Stifter will be my guest. But right now, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on KXRA Radio, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Fast Pitch Softball Complex with more of our Juettner Motors pregame show. It's great to be with you today on location as Alexandria hosts Sartell. It's the second and final meeting of the year between the Sabres and the Cardinals. Our pregame coaches' comments feature is being brought to you by Alexandria Health. It's better here. Joining me now is one of the co-coaches of the Alexandria Fast Pitch Softball team, Jackie Stifter. She and Courtney Richardson are once again guiding the Alexandria softball team this spring. And Jackie, it's kind of interesting because I think today is game number 7. The season actually got started on time at the end of March. I believe the first day of the season was the March 31st game down at Elk River. Were you surprised that you were able to get outdoors to play a game that soon?
A little bit, but we know traveling south, the chances were probably better than, us hosting something. So not super surprised, but yeah, we've had, for the most part, a pretty good year. Not too many reschedules. Obviously, this one today is a reschedule, but it's always nice when you can keep the schedule as is.
Regarding the home schedule, I believe today's game will be the 4th at Alexandria's softball complex, and the home opener was a couple of weeks ago against Wilmer. Was the winter kind to the varsity diamond and then the adjacent diamonds here at the softball complex?
Yeah, it was, and even with the rain on Monday, things dried up really well. Honestly, our infield could have used some rain, maybe not that much on Monday, but I think it's going to play really well today.
The record is 3-3 going into this game against Sartell. As you do kind of a almost mid-season progress report, if you will, Jackie, what has encouraged you about what you've seen in the first 6 games and then maybe areas of concern that you have?
Yeah, I would say looking at our previous games, there's probably maybe one inning where things got away from us. Otherwise, we were kind of through it. I look back at Sartell just leading into this game, and really it was kind of one pitch, one inning where they hit a 3-run home run that the game kind of got away from us. But otherwise, we were right there. Same thing with Moorhead a little bit, right? We hung with them through kind of 4 innings and then just some defensive miscues. So it's one of those things we clean up defensively, right? Make better choices offensively, and we're right there with some of those schools.
One of the things I asked you about informally before starting up the conversation, because I was getting to know a little bit about your team, Emily Nicola, who is now a freshman for the Alexandria Cardinals, has seen the bulk of the innings in the circle. Was that kind of the game plan, Jackie, with you and Courtney and Brady ahead of the start of the season, that Emily would get a lot of the innings in the circle?
She was definitely on our radar, too. The other thing we know, though, is that it's going to take the entire staff. So looking at Lauren and Maya as well, whether it's them starting and Emily coming in as relief, or those two coming into relief for Emily, we know it's going to take all 3 of them. But yeah, I would say Emily put in work this summer, through a lot over the winter. So like I said, she was kind of on our radar going into the season.
In terms of the volume of production that Emily has had, what has encouraged you? I think she's up somewhere around 26 or 27 innings pitched up to this point.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing and biggest change we've seen as a coaching staff is just her mentality in the circle. I think that comes with some of that varsity experience last year, and then again, just trusting the work that she has put in. So it's nice to see her mentality out there, not really rattled by much.
The other 2 pitchers that you made reference to are Maya Hergis and also Lauren Gatch, and they've also seen some innings in the circle this spring. What are your observations based on what they've been able to produce?
They're doing well as well. Looking at Lauren, I would say she presents us with a little bit more off-speed opportunities, so to throw hitters off balance, which I think complements kind of either following Emily or going before Emily. They're 2 different pitchers, so I think it sets the stage well for us defensively. And same thing with Maya. She dealt with some injury things there a little bit, kind of the middle start of the season, so she's kind of getting back in the groove, and she'll probably see more innings as we go.
We are getting to know a little bit about the Alexandria Cardinal Fast Pitch Softball team as one of the co-head coaches. Jackie Stifter is joining us right now for our Alexandria Health Coaches Comments segment. We've got play-by-play as we get closer to the bottom of the hour as Alexandria hosts Sartell in a Central Lakes Conference matchup. In terms of runs and hits and different people producing in the batting order, you've had some games this year where you've scored upwards of 6, 7, 8, 9 runs, and then against a team like Sartell and against a team like Moorhead, the production wasn't quite as much there. How would you sum up the offensive production?
Looking at our games, it's nice to see we've at least scored in every game we've played. So we are able to put up a run offensively. Looking at the Moorhead game, we had some really nice solid contact hits just right to some kids. So it's one of those things where the balls or hits didn't fall for us that day. So we're kind of, one or two swings away from really busting things open for ourselves.
I know that the matchup today with Sartell is the last one of the season. The Sabres and the Cardinals go in different directions. It's almost like these two schools flipped in terms of their postseason. Sartell is now in Section 8 AAA, and Alexandria is in Class 4A Section 8 for the postseason. I know that Courtney Richardson was able to put together a recap on the road game down at Sartell, and it kind of sounds like offense early, but some missed opportunities. Is that what you recall about that game down at Sartell?
Yeah, definitely. We left a few runners on. We didn't, as innings progress, maybe stick to our offensive plan as well as we did in those early innings. And like I said, it's kind of just some minor adjustments, and we're one or two hits away from breaking things open for ourselves.
I know I might be putting you a little bit on the spot, but the Sabres have an excellent pitcher, and she might be throwing today, Marnie Kuzman. Was she the one that your kids faced down there?
Yeah, she was. And early on, she, had a couple hit-by pitches, walked batters, and then she kind of settled in a little bit. But again, we've previously seen her, so we'll just make those adjustments, and we'll keep attacking at the plate.
Ultimately, Jackie, what do you think are going to be some of the things that translate to some Alexandria success against the Sartell team, which is putting together a really nice year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us today is going to be the defensive side of things. I think if we can be a brick wall, make those routine plays, I think that's going to be the difference maker for us. Offensively, we got to stick to our plan, and we got to go up there attacking and throw that first punch.
I know that I'll have the opportunity to see and cover a couple of your other regular season games, but regarding the new postseason home Class 4A Section 8, I think Brainerd's the defending section champions, but I believe the Warriors graduated pretty heavy off of their state tournament team a year ago. What type of read have you gotten on the new section? I know that you're going to play a lot of section teams really coming up in the next few days and everything, but what is shaping up in Class 4A Section 8?
I think it's up for grabs. Looking at our first game of the season right against Elk River, we hung with them, and that was unfortunately kind of a short loss for us. And again, just like you said, looking at Brainerd, looking at Moorhead, some of the teams that we either played or are coming up to play, I think it's kind of anybody's section to take.
Excellent. Jackie, thanks so much for a few comments before the game. Glad the weather could cooperate today, but it looks to be a great day, and best wishes to you and the Alexandria Cardinals.
Thanks so much. Go Cards.
There is Jackie Stifter, one of the co-coaches of the Alexandria Cardinals fast-pitch softball team, as part of our Juettner Motors pregame show. Thanks to Alamere Health for presenting the pregame Coaches Comments feature. As we come to you from the Alexandria Area High School Fast Pitch Softball Complex, still a couple of minutes away from the start of today's game with Sartell and Alexandria. Again, the Sabres prevailed in the earlier matchup by a 6-2 final score, so Sartell's looking for the regular season sweep, whereas Alexandria is hoping to gain the regular season split. JP Boline and D-Mac, Dave McClurg with you from Alexandria Area High School Softball Complex. And JP, anything stand out to you as we were listening into Coach Stifter's comments?
Yeah, I think it's just big thing is getting the bats going early and often, because they got the bats going early, but just getting those late huge hits, those late important hits in the game, and something a lot of baseball, softball teams work on all year long and struggle with early, especially when the weather's a little cold. It's just getting those big hits with runners in scoring position. So they're going to look to do that here today.
One thing I shared with you ahead of the broadcast here is Alexandria's batting order, and we'll share that as we get closer to the play-by-play. A little bit of an adjustment because two student athletes, and I think this affects a lot of baseball and softball teams at this time of the year. You've got DECA conferences and things like that. It's an annual thing that a lot of students, and good for them that they get the opportunity to go, whether it be out of state or away from the area, but they're away from their team for a couple of days, and that's the case here for senior Ava Klimek and Greta Kelly, who would normally do the catching for the Alexandria Cardinals. And I'm sure that Sartell's not going to feel any pity over the fact that Alexandria's lineup's a little bit different, but, the Cardinals will go to work with the people that they've got.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just got to see what you got with depth, too. I mean, going into the season, you got bodies that are going to be tired, maybe, hopefully not, but, injuries can happen. And so it's a good thing to see, what else is in the lineup, too, and the depth that you can have. But, yeah, I mean, Alexandria dealt with this last year. They've dealt with this every single year, and it's just how smart Alexandria students are, right?
Exactly, and I've read information, whether it be on the Cardinal Connection or on voiceofalexandria.com or other outlets that these students do very, very well when they're involved in these DECA competitions. And like I said, it's a great thing, kind of an extension of your learning process away from the halls of Alexandria Area High School.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing that they do. I had some friends that were very excellent in that, and going to Atlanta is a fun thing for those DECA students as well. So yeah, it's good on them, and then they'll be fresh and ready to come back and start hitting the ball.
That's going to do it for our pregame show presented to you by Juettner Motors in Alexandria. We're going to enjoy a timeout, a few words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage. Then we'll get into the lineup introductions and the play-by-play of high school fast-pitch softball. Sartell visits Alexandria, and the call is just moments away.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. AGuard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Trying to see the battery.
Oh.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for...
From the Alexandria Area High School Fast Pitch Softball Complex, Cardinal Softball is on the air as you watch on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel and listen to People Radio KXRA for the call. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer, and on site at Alexandria Area High School it's myself, Dave McClurg, a.k.a. D-Mac, and we've got JP Boline as our videographer for our YouTube coverage, and he does the commentary for the game as well. Sartell is 8-2. Alexandria is 3-3 going into today's matchup. Let's take an opportunity to introduce the starting lineups. The batting orders for the teams brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. First of all, for the visiting Sartell Sabres, the leadoff hitter will be the shortstop, Kate Thompson. Batting second, the center fielder, Bryn Darling. Batting third and doing the pitching in the circle this afternoon, Marnie Kuzman. The cleanup batter for Sartell is the catcher, Lauren Morse. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Reese Kuzman. Batting sixth for the Sabres, the right fielder, Kennedy Lewis. Batting 7th, the designated player, Lydia Whale. Whale will be the designated player today for the flex fielder, left fielder Allie Mesker. Batting 8th, the first baseman, Keely Gugasberg. And rounding out the Sabres order this afternoon is the third baseman, Ashlyn Justin. The Sabres are coached by Carly Paff, and this is the batting order that she'll have today, facing Alexandria's Emily Nicola. Kate Thompson, Bryn Darling, Marnie Kuzman, Lauren Morse, Reese Kuzman, Kennedy Lewis, Lydia Whale, Keely Gugasberg, and Ashlyn Justin. The Sabres' overall mark is 8-2, and the conference record is at 6-1. That does include a win at home against Alexandria on April 14th. The Alamere Health batting order put together by the co-head coaches, Courtney Richardson and Jackie Stifter for the Alexandria Cardinals, has Mari Kavit, the second baseman, leading off. First baseman Addie Johnson bats second. She'll be followed by the right fielder Bella Bradley. The cleanup hitter today is the center fielder Maya Herges. Batting 5th for the Cardinals, the starting pitcher Emily Nicola. Batting 6th, the third baseman Brooklyn McPhail. Batting 7th, the left fielder Lauren Getch. The number 8 hitter is the designated player Gabby Rassett. She is the DP for the flex fielder catcher Anna Johnson. And rounding out the order today for Alexandria is the shortstop Ava Bubolz. Couple of notable players that are not available for Alexandria today, again away from the area with DECA opportunities away from the hometown here. Ava Klemick and Greta Kelly, they would normally be in the lineup for Alexandria, but they've got some other people in their spots, and we wish well to Ava Bubolz and to Anna Johnson, who get the opportunity to be in the starting lineup today. Again, the Cardinals under coaches Richardson and Stifter, 3-3 overall, 3-1 in the Central Lakes Conference. Mari Kavit, Addie Johnson, Bella Bradley, the top third of the batting order. Hitters 4, 5, and 6 include Maya Herges, Emily Nicola, Brooklyn McPhail. And then the bottom third of the order, Lauren Getch, Gabby Rassett, and Ava Bubolz. Our thanks to Alamere Health for bringing you the introduction of the batting orders for today's game. Keys to today's game are driven by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. For the Sartell Sabres, I had the opportunity to visit with Coach Paff ahead of the broadcast today. She's in her third year as head coach at Sartell High School, replacing a very good softball coach. Had a number of great teams while he was there, including, I believe, one of his last ones that went to state, Dave Dristy. But now it's Coach Paff's program, and she said we need to make the plays defensively in the field behind our pitcher. We know that Marnie Kuzman's going to be in the strike zone, but we cannot be giving Alexandria extra outs, and she wants to have productive appearances at the plate, be dialed in with the strike zone, whether it be batting or as Marnie Kuzman is tossing the ball today. For the Alexandria Cardinals, obviously, when the scoring opportunities come around, cash in on those chances. Marnie Kuzman does not allow a lot of runs. In a game against Sauk Rapids Rice before she pitched against Alexandria, she had a 7-inning perfect game. A game that Sartell was able to win by a final score of 1-0. So for the Alexandria Cardinals, again, the lineup shifting a little bit, but they've got some people that can be run producers in the lineup. People such as Addie Johnson and Maya Herges, Bella Bradley, Emily Nicolas shown the ability to get on base, and Brooklyn McPhail is a very good run producer as well for the Alexandria Cardinals. The keys to today's game driven by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. I believe we are going to have the national anthem being performed before the start of the varsity game. Right now, the batting orders for the two teams being introduced for the fans that are in attendance here at Alexandria Area High School. The national anthem presentation on our Leighton Media platforms being brought to you by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For any of your music needs, including scheduling voice lessons for your sons or daughters, you can go online to carlsonmusiccenter.com, carlsonmusiccenter.com. Again, we will take the audio of the public address system here on the Varsity Diamond at the Alexandria Softball Complex. And as you watch on YouTube, I believe JP will have one of the cameras focused on the American flag. And if you are seeing the flag on site, it is indicating that the wind is coming out of the west right now. So it is blowing in from right field. I don't know if it's going to be such that balls are going to have extra carry. They might if they're heading over toward left field. They could get a little extra ride, especially if they're hit toward left center or straightaway left field. The Cardinals will be wearing the white jersey tops with the red pants. The word Alex on the front of the Alexandria jersey, red numerals and red lettering. And Sartell school colors blue and white. The Sabres wearing the dark jerseys, and we'll share the details on their jersey setup for you if you're not able to watch. We'll get that a little bit later, but I believe we're about set now for our national anthem, again presented to you by Carlson Music Center of Alexandria.
With the playing of the national anthem.
Again, our thanks to Carlson Music Center in Alexandria for being the presenting sponsor of our national anthem during our play-by-play broadcasts all throughout the 2025-26 school year. It has once again been an excellent school year. A lot of great events that we've had the pleasure of broadcasting, starting with the likes of soccer, volleyball, football, even girls swimming and diving. We had a meet on the air back in, I believe, the middle of September when the Cardinals had their homecoming swim meet with St. Cloud Tech. In the wintertime, gymnastics and boys swimming and diving, along with our regular schedule of Alexandria hockey and basketball. And then, of course, in the spring season, play-by-play of Alexandria baseball and fast-pitch softball. Today's the first of 3 scheduled regular season games that we plan on having on our latent media airwaves. And they're spread out over 8-day intervals here. 1 week from tomorrow, we'll be in Cold Spring when the defending state class AAA champion Ricori Spartans hosts the Alexandria Cardinals. Now, that will be a later start at 5 o'clock. In May, the conference home games generally move to 5 o'clock starts rather than 4:30 starts because you have a little more daylight at the end of the day. And most of the high school fast-pitch softball diamonds in the Central Lakes Conference do not have lights. One notable exception is St. Cloud Tech. And I know there have been years gone by where during the years that the new Tech High School has been open, they have actually played under the lights at Tech High School. In fact, I think on our broadcast schedule, JP, before you arrived, to be a full-time teammate with us, they actually started game 1 of a doubleheader at 5:30. So they played about 3.5 hours, got the 2 games in, and each team was able to win a game as the home team. So the Cardinals won game 2 that night.
Well, that's perfect.
So Alexandria again in the field right now, and the leadoff batter is stepping in to start today's game. That is shortstop Kate Thompson, and the first pitch of the game is a little bit low, ball 1. We get our game underway at 4:38. Right now, partly cloudy skies. Temperature game time around 52 degrees. Next offering is low from Emily Nicola, and it is 2 balls and no strikes. Defensively, Anna Johnson is doing the catching this afternoon. Addie Johnson at first base. Mari Kavit at second. Ava Buboltz is the shortstop. Brooklyn McPhail at third. Here's a pitch in for a strike, and the count to Kate Thompson, Sartell's leadoff batter, is 2 balls and a strike. We'll get the outfield defense after the next pitch here from freshman Emily Nicola. It's on the way, and that's in for a strike, evening the count at 2-2. Lauren Getch is manning left field today for the Cardinals. Maya Hergis in center field, and Bella Bradley is the right fielder. 2-2 to Thompson. Next pitch is bounced up the middle. Play by Kavit. Throw to first will be too late, and it's going to be an infield single for Kate Thompson. It seemed to me, JP, as that ball was able to get past the pitcher's circle, Mari Kavit's a very good fielder for Alexandria, but just too many bounces on the dirt. And, Kate Thompson batting left-handed, she's got good speed in her own right and has the benefit of getting out of the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, that was almost like an unintentional slap hit there from the other side. But, just a unlucky bounce there, and just got to get the next couple of outs.
And now a pitch to Bryn Darling is off the glove of Anna Johnson, and down to second will go the base runner Thompson, as Bryn Darling is now the batter, and she is a second consecutive left-handed batter facing Emily Nicola. So a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Here's a pitch in for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Anna Johnson, not unfamiliar with doing the catching duties. She is behind the dish today. One of the regulars in the defensive lineup, Greta Kelly, unavailable this afternoon. Here's a pitch a little bit low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Big thing here is just gonna have to get throwing strikes. I mean, you got to get strikes in here, make your defense make plays, and see if Sartell can get the hits.
2-1 the count as Nicola deals. Here's a bouncer left side, and that will go foul. So that evens the count out at 2-2. Again, this is game number 11 for the Sabres this year. They ended up beating Brainerd 2 times yesterday. That was a rematch of last year's section final in Class 4A Section 8. Brainerd was able to defeat Sartell to move on to state. Here's the next pitch. It's a little bit low, and the string is out now on Bryn Darling. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Sartell's got off to a great start, and I'm sure that's a big reason is just their patience in the batter's box and getting key hits. So you got to get the ball down the strike zone.
Here's a little roller to the left of home plate up the third base line, and basically the pitcher Nicola will just have to accept the ball. She would not have time to throw to first, and it's going to be a base hit. So a pair of infield singles have Sartell with a first and third situation with pitcher Marnie Kuzman coming to the plate. An opportunity for her to help herself out right away.
Yeah, it was kind of like a swinging bunt there, and it was put perfect spot there. Second swing down the third base line, too. The first one just went a little bit foul, but that one stayed fair.
So the lead base runner, Kate Thompson, is now stationed at third, and Bryn Darling is on at first base. Kuzman awaiting the first offering from Emily Nicola, and it is ruled a strike. Meanwhile, Darling's going to take off to second. The throw goes back to the pitcher Nicola, so that will be an uncontested steal for Darling. But the count to Kuzman, no balls and 1 strike. Next offering rolled a foul to the left side, and the count is 0-2.
A strikeout here would go a long ways.
Yeah, and Emily Nicola's had the ability to get strikeouts. 27 innings of work. She's averaging a strikeout an inning. She has walked 11 batters this year. 0-2 to Kuzman. Next pitch is grounded left side off the glove of Buboltz, and no play will be made. I know Buboltz attempted to throw to third to get Darling, but the throw was too late. That'll be an error allowing Marnie Kuzman to reach. And coming across is Kate Thompson with the first run of the game, and the visiting Sartell Sabres have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, just a couple of fielding mishaps here, and that's the first error, of course. But yeah, just went a hard hit ball, and it bounced right before it hit her glove, and an unfortunate break.
So the Sabres have 3 consecutive batters reaching without hitting the ball out of the infield. We'll see if I threw the D-Mac jinx on Lauren Morse, the cleanup batter for Sartell here. Of course, she's looking at this as an opportunity to be a run producer. 2 on board, both at the corners, still nobody out, and the visitors have a run in. Morse, a second consecutive right-handed batter in the lineup for Sartell. First pitch is in for a strike. Throw will go back to the pitcher's circle as Marnie Kuzman will advance into scoring position. You do see a lot of teams that are going to send that trailing runner in a first and third situation and try to get that runner into scoring position.
Yeah, or try to get a wild throw too.
And here's a pitch knocked down nicely by Anna Johnson at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're just underway, top of the first inning at Alexandria Area High School's fast pitch softball complex. Sartell at 8-2 has gotten the early lead. Here's the next offering, and that's in for a strike, and it's now 1-2 to Lauren Morse. Again, I think you were offering up the prescription just a few seconds ago. JP, a strikeout would be very beneficial here.
It would be huge, especially here, just to get that first out.
Now we've got a pitch a little bit low, but again knocked down at the plate by Johnson. Anna Johnson doing the catching today for Alexandria. Count now even at 2-2. The windup by Nicola. Next pitch is rolled to the left side, and this will go foul.
And it's early. I mean, there's only been a couple of hitters, but they just have not gotten great contact on Nicola. Just a couple of lucky bounces for Sartell, but they really have been behind a couple of pitches and in front. So Nicola is tricking them a little bit, just not getting the breaks.
Here's a swing and a miss, and Lauren Morse is down on strikes for the opening out today. So Emily Nicola able to get a strikeout there with 2 runners in scoring position. And the batter now will be the second baseman, Reese Kuzman. First offering from Nicola is bounced to the left side. The play will be made by the shortstop. Throw to first is going to be too late, I believe, as it's going to be beaten out. That'll be an infield single for Kuzman. She's going to get a run batted in, and Sartell now has a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's just speed right there, beating that out, and it was a good defensive play, just a little bit too slow.
So for the first 5, Sabres batters have reached, and now Kennedy Lewis will step in for Sartell. Again, a first and third situation. Let's see if Reese Kuzman's on the move. She was bluffing off of first base, but Lewis swung and fouled the ball off, and it is 1 strike. 0-1 here to Kennedy Lewis, left-handed batting right fielder for Sartell. Pitch on the way. This one is rolled to the left side. McPhail knocks it down. Throw to first is going to be too late, and another run's going to come in to score, and that's going to be a second error in the inning for Alexandria.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate too. Another soft contact into the glove. It just bounced right off, and you know, it's cold out. It's you know, windy a little bit too, so it's trying to warm up those hands. But still early in the season, a lot of those mistakes will happen.
So 3 are across for the visiting Sabres here in the top of the first inning, and we have another conference in the pitcher's circle area as Jackie Stifter is going to come out and try to settle things down for Emily Nicola and the rest of the Alexandria infielders in there as well. The Alexandria Cardinal girls golf team has been busy throughout the course of the day. I'm guessing that if they haven't wrapped up, they should be very close to wrapping up their invitational today at the Alexandria Golf Club. That got underway earlier this morning at 10 o'clock. Lydia Whale, the designated player, will now step in to bat for Sartell. First offering is upstairs, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Owen, 1 ball, no strikes to Whale. She's the DP today for the flex fielder, left fielder Allie Mesker. Now we've got a pitch roll to the left side foul, and it's 1-1. And what's impressed me early on about Sartell is that they're not making really a lot of sharp contact, but they're doing a good job at protecting the plate and, really forcing Alexandria's defense to make some plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's maybe an opportunity. It just goes a little bit too out of play. But, Alexandria's, they've been forced to make plays, and I think Nicola has done a really good job just forcing some soft contact, but just needs some defense behind her.
Runners at first and second, 1 down here on the top of the first inning, and Sartell has 3 runs in. Here's a pitch a little bit off the plate. Now the runners are looking to move up, and they will. So Reese Kuzman will advance to third, and Kennedy Lewis is now in scoring position. I believe that will be a pass ball to allow the base runners to move up, and it's 2-2 now to Whale. Nicola winds up. Next pitch is going to be grounded. Brooklyn McPhail, a tag there, out. Throw to first, not held. The base runner will be safe at first, but nice job there by Brooklyn McPhail, the third baseman. She was able to trap Reese Kuzman off of third base, made the tag for the out there. And the throw to first was not held by Addie Johnson, but no error there. It becomes simply a fielder's choice. But heads up defensive work there by Brooklyn McPhail.
Yeah, that was a really good play. And she's a great fielder, too. I think she probably wasn't too happy about the error earlier, so a great way to make it up and get the lead runner, too.
Yep, so runners at first and second. 2 gone now, and a swing and a miss by Keely Gugesberg. And it's 0-1. Wind up by Nicola. Next pitch sails out of the strike zone, and it is a ball and a strike. All 3 runs that have scored this inning will be unearned, and if the Sabres score any more, they would also be unearned. 3 runs on the board for Sartell. Here's a pitch darting toward the dirt, but it's cut on and missed, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes to Keely Gugesberg. Marnie Kuzman's going to have a lead to work with when she goes into the circle in the bottom of the first inning. How large that lead will be, we will soon know. Here's a liner and left center, and that's going to split the gap. It's going to end up scoring 2 runs, most likely. Trailing base runner, Whale, is going to come across. Gugesberg comes through with a 2-out double to left center, and Sartell takes a 5-0 lead.
And, it's just the first time that Sartell's gotten, like, a really good contact on the ball, and that one found the outfield, and that's just a good, solid hit there.
So 2-run double for Gugesberg, and the Sabres will bat around here in the first inning as Ashlyn Justin will step in. She pops one up. It will stay up briefly, but though Addie Johnson was trying to track it down, it just would not stay in the air long enough. The hit by Gugesberg, the 4th of the inning for Sartell, and the first one that ended up being sent to the outfield. Both Kennedy Lewis and Lydia Whale were able to score on the play. Here's a pitch that goes off the glove of Anna Johnson, and down to third goes Gugesberg. So base runner at third, 2 out. Sartell with 5 runs in here in the top of the first inning. 1-1 the count to the third baseman, Ashlyn Justin. Pitch by Emily Nicola is going to be fouled back, and the count is 1-2. And JP, we've been, kind of at this bridge, if you will, once or twice earlier in the half inning, the opportunity to put a batter away. Maybe this is the opportunity for Emily Nicola.
Yeah, and it just put it down the strike zone, and you know, has tricked a lot of the Sartell hitters here. It's just again, there's that unlucky bounces.
Yeah, and we've got one here as the ball bounced in front of the plate and goes to the backstop, and Gugasberg is going to come across with the 6th Sartell run here in the top of the first inning. That will clean the bases off, so now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ashlyn Justin.
I mean, now you just have to work with, you know, the bases are empty for the first time in a while, and let's just get this last out.
Yeah, if Justin is able to reach, we'd go back to the top of the order for Kate Thompson. And that would be a second plate appearance for Thompson here in today's game. Again, Alexandria has yet to have its first ups this afternoon. Payoff pitch is bounced to the right side, and the first baseman, Addie Johnson, will make the unassisted ground ball put out, and that ends the Sartell first inning, but the Sabres do major damage. 6-run score on 4 hits, 2 Alexandria Cardinal errors, and nobody left on base. We've completed 1.5 inning of varsity fast pitch softball in Alexandria. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Sartell 6, Alexandria coming to bat.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
A productive top of the first inning for the Sartell Sabres has given plenty of offensive support to Marnie Kuzman. 6-0 for Sartell, and Mari Kavit will be the leadoff batter for Alexandria. She takes upstairs, and it's ball 1. Mari Kavit, Addie Johnson, and Bella Bradley are the scheduled batters here in the Cardinal first. Again, Alexandria with some work to do, down by 6, but plenty of outs available. Minimum will be 15. Hopefully it'll be a full 21. Pitches a strike from Kuzman, and it is now a count of 1-1, and then Kavit takes another pitch for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got to get on base early and often here in this inning too. Just dig into that lead just a little bit as early as possible.
Here's a healthy cut, but no contact there by Mari Kavit, and she is down on strikes. Mari came into today's game 6 hits in 18 official at-bats. Leads the team in runs scored, at least tied for the lead in runs scored with 6. So 1 gone, nobody on, and Addie Johnson will step in. She takes a pitch that paints the black for a strike. It is 0-1.
Well, it's early but evident that you're going to see a lot of strikes from Kuzman, and she throws hard.
Now we've got a pitch a little bit low and in, and it's a count of 1-1. Yeah, I would think with Marnie Kuzman in the circle for Sartell, I know that the Sabres postseason home now has the defending state champions in that section, but Sartell already has a victory over Ricori this year, and the Spartans, who have really dominated Section 8 AAA over the last several years, they will get a challenge from Sartell later on in the postseason. 1-2, the count now to Addie Johnson. Next pitch popped in the air, and this will sail over the Sabres dugout and drift out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes, so Addie getting some good contact there. Her average at .429 coming into today's game. 9 hits. That's tied for the team lead. 6 runs scored. That's tied for the team lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's popped in the air, and this one will be in the infield, and the shortstop, Kate Thompson, will make the grab, and there are 2 gone. Let's introduce Sartell's defensive unit here. Lauren Morris is doing the catching. Keely Gugasberg is at first base. Reese Kuzman at second. Ashlyn Justin at third. The shortstop is Kate Thompson. The outfield has Allie Mesker in left field, Bryn Darling in center field, and Kennedy Lewis is the right fielder. Bella Bradley swings and misses at the first offering, and it's 1 strike. Intriguing here, Bella Bradley getting a little more opportunity to play here on the varsity. Her average at .364 coming in. And I say the intriguing part is she takes a called strike here, so 0-2. 4 hits for Bella this spring, and all of them are doubles.
Oh, wow.
So not a single so far this year for Bella Bradley.
Not a single.
Now we've got a pitch just a little bit inside, and it's 1-2 to right fielder Bella Bradley, batting with 2 out and nobody on here in the last of the first inning. Sartell up by a score of 6-0. Here's the next pitch. That's in for strike 3 called. And Marnie Kuzman records a couple of Ks and setting Alexandria down in order in the last of the first. To the second we go, and the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity fast pitch softball. It's Sartell 6, Alexandria no score.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Thanks for joining us for broadcast coverage of Prep Softball today on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, audio and video as well through the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. First pitch swinging to start the second inning. Kate Thompson hits one up the middle. Good diving stop there by Ava Buboltz, but she will have no play. It will be a second infield single for Thompson in today's game. Now Bryn Darling will step in. She also has an infield single today.
That was a really nice play. That's where it's unfortunate sometimes with the shorter base paths.
Now we've got a throw down to second base, and it's going to be too late to get Thompson. So the pitch is a strike to Bryn Darling and a stolen base for Thompson. Bryn Darling stepping in, taking a pitch low for a ball. The ball got away briefly from Anna Johnson, and Thompson, aggressive on the base paths, is going to advance to third base.
Yeah, just working the base pass here, and Sartell, I mean, they've obviously done this all season long, just working that small ball a little bit.
Here's a pitch in the dirt. It goes up the third base line, and boy, that's going to be a manufactured run for Kate Thompson as she'll come across on a wild pitch. Want to give you a defensive change here, and my big thanks to Molly Arola, who's in attendance watching today's game. I was able to get her hand signals there that there was a defensive switch in the middle infield. Mari Kvitz now at short, and Ava Buboltz is at second base. So it was actually Kvit who made the nice diving stop. So give props and credit where credit is due.
Yeah, and Kvitz, very active, very athletic fielder. And we saw that, I think, last year a couple times, too, when Ava Klimek wasn't able to play, or whether she was away at DECA or whatnot, but she stepped in at shortstop a couple of times last year, and obviously making a very athletic, good play there too.
Yeah, so Mari Kavit now playing on the left side of the infield for Alexandria. And kudos to Coach Arola for sharing that intel with me. So 2-1 now to Bryn Darling. She takes upstairs, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Sartell now with a 7-0 lead as we play the top of the second inning. Programming note for those of you listening to KXRA Radio, our 5 o'clock news hour is being preempted today due to our broadcast of Alexandria Cardinal fast pitch softball. And Bryn Darling is going to take the free pass to first base. First walk given up by Emily Nicola in today's game. So 1 on, nobody out. And the pitcher Marnie Kuzman will step in.
Really wasn't any way out of the strike zone foul ball there, but way out of the strike zone pitches from Nicola there on that at-bat too. That was just a really patient, good at-bat from Darling.
Yep, that Emily Nicola has now walked 12 batters in a little more than 28 innings of work. Now we've got a pitch in the dirt, and base runner's taking off to second, and she'll be in safely. I'm actually, we might differ on our respective score sheets, JP, because you and I are keeping our own book and everything, but I'll credit Bryn Darling with the steal and not advancing second on a wild pitch. Now a grounder to the shortstop, Mari Kavit, and the throw to first is good for the out. So base runner Darling had to hold up at second, so there's 1 away. Sartell with a run in here in the top of the second inning, and Lauren Morse will now be the batter.
On that stolen base, I'd agree with you just because she did take off before the ball got to home plate there too.
Yeah, and even though the ball bounced in the dirt and went up the to the left of home plate, the steal in essence covers up a wild pitch. So that's give the offensive player a little credit for being aggressive on the bases. As Darling now has a couple of stolen bases. Pitch is fouled off by Morris, and it's 0-1. Next offering in the dirt, but stopped at the plate by Anna Johnson. 1 ball and 1 strike to Lauren Morris. The visiting Sabres put 6 on the board in the top of the first and have tacked on 1 more here in the second. Here's a ground ball, and it's off the glove of Kavit, and this will be kept in the infield, but everybody's going to be safe.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate bounce. I don't know if it hit a footstep there in front, but it just bounced a foot or two right in front of Kavit and hit her right on the wrist.
And now I think we're going to have a courtesy runner in. Aubrey Simmons will be in to run for Lauren Morse at first base.
So would you credit that a hit then?
I put it on my sheet as an error. Okay. So that would be the Cardinals' 3rd error today. Here's a pitch in the dirt, and Simmons is going to take off to second and will not draw a throw. So Sartell's being pretty relentless when bases are open in the first and third situation. They've had that trailing runner taking off.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, Alexandria's without their usual catcher. I mean,
yep, that would normally be Greta Kelly.
Yeah, and Kelly's been a catcher for the last 2 years now. For Alexandria on the varsity level, so very reliable there in the backstop. So Sartell's just taking advantage of someone it hasn't seen a lot of varsity experience.
Now we've got a ground ball stroked into left field. It's going to be a base hit, and you're going to have a second and third situation. Darling is able to come across with the Sabres' second run of the inning. Simmons, the courtesy runner, ended up stopping at third, and then Reese Kuzman took off to second base on the throw home. It'll be an RBI single, and then the advancement on the throw back to the infield. So RBI makes it an 8-0 game, and Kennedy Lewis now takes for ball 1. Lewis reached on an error in the first inning. Wind up by Emily Nicola. Next pitch is rolled up the middle and into center field. It's going to be a base hit. Ball comes back to the infield as Coming across is Aubrey Simmons. Reese Kuzman stopped at third, and when that ball went through toward the home plate area, Lewis took off to second, so almost a scoring play like we saw with Reese Kuzman. Ground ball single for an RBI, except this one went to center field. And you have the trailing base runner going from second to third, and then the batter takes second on the throw back to the plate. Now we're going to have another conference here, and let's see if Jackie Stifter is going to have somebody else take the softball here, and it looks like Alexandria is going to make the pitching change here in the second inning.
I think Lauren Getch coming from left field looks like she's going to get the ball on the mound, and then right fielder
Bella Bradley goes to left.
Looks like to left, and then Nicola out to right.
Yep, I think that's exactly as it is being described here. So great observation on your part, JP. So Emily Nicola will be now out in right field. Bella Bradley moves from right to left. And the new pitcher is Lauren Getch.
We didn't see Getch a lot last year, if I remember right, on the mound at least.
No, she has thrown some innings this spring. I think I was looking at some notes. Lauren Getch, so far, 6 innings pitched. Her record is at 0-1 coming in. 14 hits in the 6 innings of work, 7 runs allowed, 6 earned, couple of walks and 4 strikeouts. But she's looking to log some outs here as Sartell, again, has put a crooked number up on the board here in the second inning. And only 1 out in the inning with base runners at second and third. 9-0 now the score for the Sartell Sabres. Again, for those of you tuning into KXRA Radio, no 5 o'clock news hour today. That's being preempted. In fact, our 5 o'clock news hour will also be preempted on Thursday, as we'll track the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team. The Cardinals will be up in Fergus Falls tomorrow, playing at Legion Field at D Lagoon Park. Now that will be a 5 o'clock game, so we'll take care with the Juettner Motors pregame show tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. Fergus Falls and Alexandria playing each other just once this year, and that game will be hosted by the Otters tomorrow. Designated player Lydia Whale will step in. She'll be the first batter that Lauren Getch faces. And on the paths for the Sartell Sabres, Reese Kuzman is at third. Kennedy Lewis is at second. First pitch to Whale is a strike, and it's 0-1.
She got on a fielder's choice last inning. It was off that good hit from Tim McPhail, who just laid the tag.
Yeah, Brooklyn McPhail getting an out on the play on that fielder's choice situation. Pitches in the dirt, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Next offering on the way, and it is low from Lauren Getch. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out, 3 in for Sartell here in the top of the second. Here's a liner, and that's off the glove of the pitcher, but second baseman Ava Buboltz will make the play, and the throw to first is good for the out. Coming across is Reese Kuzman with the 4th run of the inning. Kennedy Lewis will advance to third on the play, so for Lydia Whale, it's a productive out because she gets a run batted in, and Sartell has a 10-0 lead.
Good play there from Buboltz as well, just getting that out. That's just so important.
Yep, now the next batter, Keely Gugersberg, is going to lace one into left center, and that's going to be an RBI double, so another run comes across, and it's now 11-0 for the Sabres. So this one, like the ball in the top of the first inning, hit to left center. So runner at second for Ashlyn Justin. She skies one in the air. Back into shallow left field, and the shortstop, Mari Kavit, will make the catch. So Justin is now 0 for 2 today as she becomes the 3rd out in consecutive innings. 5 more come across, and at the end of an inning and a half on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity fast pitch softball, at the moment it's all Sartell. The Sabres lead Alexandria 11-0.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
This is D-Mac, Dave McClurg, welcoming you to our broadcast of high school fast pitch softball. First Alexandria Cardinals softball broadcast of the spring, and right now it has not been a fun one for the hosts. They trail big. It's 11-0 for Sartell, last of the second. And Maya Hergis, the center fielder, leads off. She fouls a pitch back, and it's 1 strike. Maya Hergis, the cleanup batter for the Cardinals today. Here's a pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Marnie Kuzman, the beneficiary of a bunch of runs early on. 6 in the first and 5 more in the second for Sartell. 0-2 to Hergis. Next pitch is a little bit too far inside, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and that one was close right there, too. But if you're Alexandria, you got to get the bats swinging because she is going to throw strikes. And she can throw hard, but she can sure slow that down as well, too.
1-2 to Maya Hergis, the center fielder. Next pitch fouled back, so healthy cut there to foul it back. Hergis, Emily Nicola, and Brooklyn McPhail are scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the second inning for Alexandria. The Sabres have all 8 hits today. Alexandria with 3 errors in the field, leading to a lot of those runs being unearned. 1-2 to Hergis, leading off the second, and we've got a pitch that drops out of the strike zone, so that evens the count out at 2-2.
Yeah, she wanted to chase there from Hergis, but a good eye there. And we've talked about Maya Hergis for the last few years, just how good she can control the strike zone. She knows the strike zone, and she can get on base in important times.
And she takes another pitch out of the strike zone here, and the count is now full at 3-2. The payoff on the way is in for strike 3 called. Maya Hergis is caught looking, and that is strikeout number 3 in today's game for Sartell's Marnie Kuzman. And now the batter will be the right fielder, Emily Nicola. Nicola's actually swung a pretty good stick so far this spring. 10 official at-bats, 4 hits this year. She has a double among the 4 hits. 2 runs batted in. She is tied for, or actually leads the team in walks with 4. She's behind in the count here at no balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. This one's rolled to the left side, and it will go foul. It was fielded right near the third base bag by Justin, but foul ball, and the count is now 0-2.
Yeah, that's just a little unlucky there, too. Sartell is getting those in the base pass in the first inning, too, to get a couple of those runners on, but just sneaking past a little bit.
2 strikes here to Nicola. And now brief stoppage as Nicola was granted a timeout to get a practice swing in before stepping in to face the senior right-hander from Sartell, Marnie Kuzman. And here's a swing and a miss at a pitch dropping out of the strike zone. So back-to-back Ks for Marnie Kuzman to start the second. Well, Marnie Kuzman for Sartell and Jackson Waltzing from Alexandria have something in common. Pitchers that have thrown perfect games this spring. Now, Jackson Waltzing did his barely 24 hours ago as he ended up facing 21 Brainerd batters, retiring them all, including 8 on strikes, as Alexandria capped off a double-header sweep over the Brainerd Warriors, winning that second game 4-0 after the Cardinals took game 1 in 6 innings, 10-0. Jackson Waltzing threw 47 strikes out of the 64 total pitches and getting his perfecto yesterday. Count to Brooklyn McPhail is 1 ball, 1 strike. McPhail took the first pitch for a ball, then a swing and a miss. Next pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Actually, I believe the first pitch was ruled a strike because we had 3 pitches, and the third one is the one that rings up Brooklyn McPhail. I'll continue my thought about Marnie Kuzman when we go to the third. 3 up, 3 down for Alexandria, and through 2 in varsity fast pitch softball. The numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard have Sartell leading at Alexandria 11-0.
Hi, this is Bob with the North Side Collision Center. Having your vehicle's collision repair fixed can be a hassle and inconvenient. That's why people call us at North Side Collision Center.
763-3224.
Northside Collision.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
We welcome you back to the Alexandria Area High School Fast Pitch Softball Complex, and it's become kind of like a broken record here. Kate Thompson leading off an inning for Sartell. It's the 3rd consecutive inning that she has led off. And she skies one in the air, left side, and it's going to be off the fence down the third base line, so 1-1 the count. Thompson has a pair of infield singles today, 2 of the 8 Sartell hits. 11 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Sabres. No runs, no hits, 3 errors for Alexandria. Here's a ball stroked to left field. This one's going back. It's up against the base of the wall. And Kate Thompson's going to stride into second with a stand-up leadoff double.
Yeah, she's just hitting the ball really well right now. And I guess you look at the bright side, she can't steal second base now.
No, she can't, because she got there with the batted ball. But that was, for a left-handed batter, that was good opposite field hitting there for Thompson. And this gives Bryn Darling an RBI opportunity here. First pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Thompson now with 3 hits, batting in the leadoff spot for the Sabres today. Bryn Darling has an infield hit. She has also drawn a walk. I believe that is the only free pass that starter Emily Nicola allowed in the inning and a third that she threw. Pitches a ball, and the count is now 1-1. Lauren Getch is on in relief here in the third inning. She took over for Nicola in the circle last inning and got 2 outs out of the 3 batters that she faced, and sandwiched in between those 2 outs an RBI double for Keely Gugasberg. So at this point, Getch has not allowed any runs. All of the 11 runs charged to the starter Nicola. Here's a foul ball at the plate, and the count to Bryn Darling is still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sartell won the earlier matchup at home against Alexandria 15 days ago, 6-2, but the Sabres have put the bat on ball quite effectively here, building a comfortable lead. Another foul ball off the bat of Darling, and it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sartell 11, Alexandria no score. We are in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the next pitch. It's rolled toward the circle. Pitcher Getch makes the play. Throw to first is in time. Heading over to third is Kate Thompson, and there is 1 away, so Darling is retired, and the ground out will go pitcher to first. Lauren Getch over to Addie Johnson.
Good play there, and yeah, that's a good out too. I mean, you look at Thompson at second base. I think she was going to take third in any form or fashion that she has every time she's gotten on base. So, you know, might as well get an out of it.
Yep, and that's what the Cardinals were able to do. Marnie Kuzman takes a strike here at 0-1. Kuzman in the game officially 0 for 2. She grounded out to short last time up. I noted in the start before she faced Alexandria, Marnie Kuzman threw a 7-inning perfect game against Sauk Rapids Rice. The Sabres scored the only run of the game in what turned out to be a 1-0 win. So Marnie Kuzman in her senior year, that's what she has in comparison to Jackson Waltzing. Now, Jackson is not a senior quite yet. He's wrapping up his junior year.
Which is good for Alexandria.
Yeah, that definitely, you know, it's likely we won't see Jackson on the hill tomorrow. I'm guessing he'll be in the infield somewhere for Jake Munch's Cardinals. Here's a foul ball at the plate. Almost held there by Anna Johnson, the catcher. If that would have been the case, that would be a strikeout. But Marnie Kuzman keeps the at-bat going as it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third and 1 out here in the third inning. Here's a pitch skied in the air. Left field, and Bella Bradley will make the catch. Tagging up is Kate Thompson. She'll come across, and it's a sacrifice fly for Marnie Kuzman. Sartell now takes a 12-0 lead over Alexandria. So Kuzman will get credit for a run batted in on the sacrifice fly. And JP, I know that, you know, at this point of the game, you might be feeling, well, we can't give up any more runs. But at this juncture, you just want to get outs and you know, force the Sartell kids to work their way on. And as it turns out, Lauren Getch gives up just 1 run, faces only 4 batters, retiring 3 in the top of the third inning. And on this particular afternoon, that's a sign of progress. Ava Buboltz gets the assist on the ground ball putout, retiring Lauren Morse. Sartell gets a run on a hit, and after 2.5 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, new numbers, it's Sartell 12, Alexandria no score.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
On the campus of Alexandria Area High School, the Cardinal Fast Pitch softball team beginning a 3-game week. And right now they have dug themselves a hole. It's Sartell 12, Alexandria nothing. Bottom of the third inning. Marnie Kuzman has yet to allow the Cardinals a base runner with 2 perfect innings of work, recording 5 strikeouts along the way. She'll face the bottom of the Alexandria order with pitcher Lauren Getch to lead off. Getch, Gabby Rassett, and Ava Buboltz are the scheduled batters for Sartell. Or I'm sorry, for Alexandria against Sartell. Swing and a miss, and it's 1 strike to Lauren Getch.
It's been a lot of that, a lot of swing and miss, a lot of you know, tricking there, but just a really good, perfect, you could say, pitching performance so far.
Yep, little change up here by Marnie Kuzman, and the count is now no balls and 2 strikes. Again, Kuzman has struck out 5 of the first 6 Alexandria batters she has faced. And now it's 6 out of 7 as Getch goes down swinging on a rise ball, and there's 1 away. I will say this, JP, Marnie Kuzman does not seem to be deterred over having some extended half innings when her team's been batting.
Not at all. I think that's 6 strikeouts now, and 4 of 6 of those have been swinging. So, I mean, she's throwing heat, and she's tricking Alexandria right now.
Yep, healthy cut by Gabby Rassett, no contact. 1 strike the count. Rassett, limited plate appearances this spring, her average at .333. She swings and misses here, and the count is 0-2. Rassett is the designated player today. She is the DP for the flex fielder, catcher Anna Johnson. Marnie Kuzman toes the slab. Next pitch, a little bit inside. Tried to get Gabby Rassett to chase, but Gabby would not follow through, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The windup by Kuzman. Next offering is in for strike 3 called. So backwards, K goes on the scoreboard here. So 2 up and 2 gone in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Once this half inning wraps up, we'll move into our mid-game report brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Yeah, and that's 5 straight strikeouts now for Kuzman too. So looking to break the streak here is Buboltz.
Yep, she swings at a changeup and does not make contact, so it's 0-1. We're hoping the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report will go a little bit deeper into the 3rd inning, but Ava Buboltz would like to try to get on. If she can get on, she'd become the first Alexandria base runner today. This is her first plate appearance. Sartell is now working its way through the batting order a 3rd time. Rise ball is cut on and missed, and it's 1-2. A ball, 2 strikes. Ava Buboltz started the game at short, now in the game defensively at second base. She makes contact here and fouls 1 off, and it is still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A hit here could go a long ways here for Alexandria, just confidence-wise, too. I mean, you're down a lot. Obviously, you want to get some runs, but just getting that first base runner, it would be huge, especially going back up to the top of the order.
Kuzman's 1-2 is rolled to the left side, and that goes foul. So, Ava Buboltz will see a minimum of 6 pitches here from senior right-hander Marnie Kuzman. Nice work by Ava to extend this plate appearance. Sartell 12, Alexandria no score, bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 out, nobody on base. Next pitch, ooh, a little bit too far inside. I think the catcher for the Sabres, Lauren Morris, tried to frame that pitch, but the plate umpire rules it's a ball, so count is even at 2-2. Next offering, a rise ball, it's cut on and missed, and that is strike 3, and that will retire the Alexandria Cardinals. That will also move us into our mid-game report, brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Live, love, local. Shop Eldon's Fresh Foods, located at 3rd and Nokomis in Alexandria. Sartell has been able to do some damage. A 6-run top of the 1st inning, 5 more runs in the 2nd, and in both innings, Sartell batted around, and that has been more than enough offensive support for senior right-hander Marnie Kuzman, as she has been impressive so far. Only 1 out has been recorded when a Cardinal batter has put the ball in play, and that's when Addie Johnson popped to short in the 1st inning. 8 strikeouts for the senior right-hander Marnie Kuzman out of the 9 batters that she has faced. The Cardinals have yet to get a base runner in 3 innings of batting. Sartell, meanwhile, has batted a total of 22 today, and 12 have come across against 2 Alexandria pitchers. Still, we've got some game to play. Sartell up by a dozen. That's your mid-game report, presented to you on our late media platforms by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Play-by-play of the top of the 4th inning comes your way next.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
would throw here. Leading off the fourth inning, Reese Kuzman takes the first pitch from Lauren Getch and lines it into center field for a base hit. And now right fielder Kennedy Lewis steps in and fouls the pitch off to the left. It's 1 strike. So the Sabre batters working with a comfortable lead, being very aggressive against Alexandria's Lauren Getch. Here's a rise ball cut on and missed, and the count is now 0-2.
It's Kuzman's third hit now, third single as well. That is Reese Kuzman.
Yes, that's right. She and Kate Thompson each with 3 hits today. Here's a foul ball that goes over the screen back behind home plate, and the count is 0-2. Kennedy Lewis batting now. Lydia Whale and Keely Gugasberg scheduled to follow here in the Sartell fourth. Here's a roller back to the circle. Throw to second is going to, nope. Throw to second, but the second baseman was not covering the bag, so everybody ends up being safe. Yikes. Both Mari Kavit from short and Ava Buboltz from second were coming to cover the bag, but the throw was caught by Buboltz, but she did not have a foot on the bag. And so Lewis is going to reach on a fielder's choice. Runners at first and second. Soft liner, and this is going to be fielded by Buboltz. She'll flip to first to get the out, so Lydia Whale is retired. The other runners do move up 1 base each. So that's almost as good as a sacrifice, except Whale will get charged with an at-bat. On the Kennedy Lewis at-bat, no error. It just happens to be a fielder's choice, and the Cardinals did not record an out. So now Gugasberg is at the plate. She peels one foul off to the right of the dish, and it's 0-1. Gugasberg is doubling her pleasure today. RBI double in the second inning, a 2-run double in the first. 2 for 2, a 3 RBI for the number 8 hitter for Sartell, Keely Gugasberg.
Good stop there, the backstop for Alexandria as Annalise Johnson was able to snag that one to avoid Sartell getting on the board again.
Now we've got a sky-high pop-up, and this will sail out of play. And it's now a count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the base runner situation, Reese Kuzman is at third. Kennedy Lewis is at second. 1 out here in the fourth, and Sartell's up by 12. Here's a liner out into left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Bella Bradley will relay it in, and it's going to score a pair of runs, and Sartell now takes a 14-0 lead. As both Lewis and Reese Kuzman will come across.
Now batting for the Sartell.
Yeah, that's just a really good swing there from Gugensberg, who's had a really nice night. I mean, she's batting 8th, but Sartell's just got a deep lineup.
Yeah, so Gugasberg now with 4 runs batted in her 3 plate appearances. Ashlyn Justin will now be the batter. She rolls one back to the circle. Lauren Getch makes the play. Throw to first is good for the out. And on to third base goes Gugasberg. Gugasberg got credit for the RBI single and then advanced to second on the throw back home. So now 2 out with a runner at third for Kate Thompson. And she hits one out to left field, and Bella Bradley making a nice running grab right near the foul line, and that's going to retire the side. So Sartell is able to score once again, adding to the lead. Kate Thompson retired for the first time today. 2 runs for the Sabres in the 4th inning, 2 hits. No Alexandria errors and 1 left on board. New score after 3.5. It's kind of a football-like score right at the moment. Fast pitch softball, it's Sartell leading at Alexandria 14-0.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
We have a couple of defensive changes for Sartell. Lydia Whale is going to come into the pitcher's circle here in the last of the fourth inning. And the starting pitcher, Marnie Kuzman, will stay in the game, and defensively she'll be, I believe, on the left side of the infield now at third base. So I believe at the moment Ashlyn Justin would be out of the game, although Lydia Whale has been the designated player for the Flax Fielders. So we'll wait and see if indeed Sartell does come around and bat later on in the game. What happens at Ashlyn Justin's spot in the order? Sartell would send up hitters 2, 3, and 4 in the order in the top of the fifth inning. Ashlyn Justin bats ninth in the order. Mari Kavit will be the leadoff batter that Lydia Whale faces here in the fourth inning. Alexandria was not able to get a base runner in the 3 innings of work against Marnie Kuzman, who struck out 8 of the 9 hitters. But Alexandria now has somebody different to look at as right-hander Lydia Whale is in the circle. Here's a foul to the right of home plate, and the count to Kavit is now 1-1.
And I think if you're Alexandria, I mean, obviously you want to come back and have a huge couple of innings here to make a huge comeback, but just get that first base runner and it'll feel so good, and it'll give some confidence here too, and get that first run.
Next pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I think in Marnie Kuzman's 3 innings of work, she had 1 3-ball count. That was to Maya Hergis leading off the second. Other than that, pretty efficient in the circle today.
I don't even think that she, I don't think she had a ball that hit the dirt in any pitch.
Right. Count goes to 3-1 now to Mari Kavit leading off the fourth inning, and she hits one to the left side. Marnie Kuzman makes the play. Throw to first is good for the out. So Mari Kavit able to put the ball in play for the Alexandria Cardinals, but retired on the grounder to third. And now first baseman Addie Johnson will step in.
That was good contact there, too. You know, just getting a feel. You're seeing a new pitcher as well, and you're going from somebody who throws really hard, and Wales throws good, but not nearly as hard as Kuzman, so it's just trying to adjust to that.
Now a slow roller, and that, I believe it's going to be ruled a foul ball. It may have hit Addie Johnson in the batter's box, so 0-1 the count. What the scenario with the score means right now is that we will not have a 15-run mercy rule go into play. That could have been the situation as Sartell got up to a 15-0 advantage. Then this could have been the last half inning for Alexandria to bat, because the 15-run mercy rule does get applied once you get into the fourth inning. But the 10-run mercy rule would be in effect after the fifth inning. And now we've got a ground ball into center field. There's a base hit for Addie Johnson as she takes the 0-2 pitch up the middle.
And that was a good swing there, and like I said, just getting that first hit, it's going to be big. And we'll see if Alexandria is active on the base pass or just trying to, you know, keep people there and hit them through the lines.
So the Cardinals do have a base runner with 1 out in the fourth inning, and left fielder Bella Bradley will bat. First offering is hit to the left side, and this will be foul. 1 strike the count to Bradley. She was called out on strikes against the starter Kuzman in the first inning. Yeah, Marnie Kuzman definitely impressive today for Sartell. She did have the victory against Alexandria down in Sartell on April 14th.
Much lower scoring game in that one.
Yep.
So she had probably played the entire game.
Yeah, I would presume she went the full 7 there in what turned out to be a 6-2 win for the Sabres. 0-2 now to Bradley, facing Lydia Whale here in the fourth. And a swing and a miss. Bradley's down on strikes for the second time today, and there are 2 gone. 9 strikeouts combined for the Sartell pitchers. And here comes center fielder Maya Hergis to the plate.
And Kuzman ended her day with 7 strikeouts in a row, too.
Yeah, that's stringing them along, or stacking them up, if you will. First pitch is a ball to Hergis, and it's 1-0. Sartell 14, Alexandria no score, bottom of the 4th inning. Here's a roller into left field. Base hit for Maya Hergis. So the Cardinals trying to get a 2-out threat going. Base runners at first and second for Emily Nicola.
That's a good swing right there, too, and a good at-bat from Hergis to get to the number 5 hitter, Nicola.
Yeah, Maya Hergis getting on base with the single. Her 6th hit of the spring. Right now, her average is up around 440 this year. Nicola bats, takes upstairs, hits ball 1. Emily 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging against the starter Marnie Kuzman in the 2nd. 2 on board for Alexandria. Next pitch, a little too far. Oh, it is ruled on the inside corner for a strike. I thought from my vantage point it was going too far in, but the plate umpire rules it strike 1.
Yeah, and one of those that could go either way, or maybe just a little more inside from where we can see.
Now a pitch in the dirt, and it kind of scoots away back behind the plate, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So you're going to have Addie Johnson advancing to third base, and now Maya Hergis in scoring position at second.
And that's kind of, you could say, the luxury of not having as dominant of a pitcher in Kuzman is just getting those breaks as well.
Emily Nicola fouls a pitch off, so the count is even at 2-2. A hit to the outfield would get the Cardinals on the board, maybe with multiple runs. With 2 outs, Maya Hergis would be moving from second on contact. We got a swing and a miss on a rise ball. So Nicola is down on strikes, and that ends the Alexandria threat. The Cards get some traffic, but 2 runners are left on board. No runs, 2 hits, no Sartell errors. Through 4 full on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Sartell leads at Alexandria in fast pitch softball 14-0.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
I believe we have a pinch hitter leading off for Sartell here in the 5th inning for Marnie Kuzman. She wears jersey number 5, and I'll try to get the identification here for you momentarily.
And we're not seeing a 5 on the roster, but
yeah, 1 ball and 1 strike here to the actually it's Bryn Darling, the scheduled batter. So I'm sorry,
6.
Yep, player number uniform number 6. So Tessa Hilsgen is the one who stepped in, and she delivers a ground ball single to center field. So leadoff batter on, and another pinch hitter here. It's Joey Savage at the plate. She takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Of course, Carly Paff, the head coach of the Sartell Sabres, getting some other people into the game, being that her team is enjoying a big lead here. Liner to the right side goes foul, and it is now 2 strikes. So the base runner is Tessa Hilsgen on at first. She got on with a base hit, and that was the 12th of the game for Sartell. Now we've got a pitch in for a strike, and that's going to be a strikeout for Lauren Getch. 1 away in the top of the 5th inning.
First strikeout from Sartell here today.
Yep, for Lauren Getch, 1 of 2 for Cardinal pitchers. Lauren Morris, the batter up now. She fouls one off. She ended up striking out swinging against Emily Nicola back in the first. 0-1 to Morris with a runner at first and 1 gone. Pitch is up and away, and the count is 1-1. Anna Johnson doing the catching for Alexandria today. Hattie Johnson at first base defensively. Ava Buboltz at second. Mari Kavit at short. Brooklyn McPhail at third. The outfield defense at the moment has Bella Bradley in left field, Maya Hergis in center, and Emily Nicola in right. And again, Nicola was in the circle at the start of the game, so she's on the hook to get the pitching defeat today. Here's a pop-up right side, and the catch is made by the second baseman Buboltz, so there are 2 gone.
2 quick outs here, and some learning stuff, some working on the defense too in this kind of game too. But they got a couple of hits back in the last inning, so Alexandria just got to get that morale up a little bit.
Now Reese Kuzman will ace one into the gap in left center. That's going to be up against the base of the wall. Bella Bradley's going to relay it in, and you'll have runners at second and third. Hilsgen able to make it to third on the double off the bat of Reese Kuzman. And Reese is now 4 for 4 in today's game.
Yeah, that was a really nice swing there. First time that she's had more than a single here, her first multi-base hit, but good swing there.
So now a different batter here, and a liner out into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. And a couple of runs are going to come in to score here. And that makes the score 16-0 for the Sabres. So another pinch hitting opportunity and means a run, a couple of runs for Sartell. And it is now 16-0. And first pitch is a strike. Count is 0-1.
And that was, you would call a blooper out to right center, or right field, I should say, just stringing the line.
And now a liner right out to center field, and Maya Hergis will put it away. She hardly had to move to catch that line drive off the bat of Lydia Whale. So that will retire the side. Sartell does tack on a couple of more runs. 3 hits in the inning, no Alexandria errors, 1 left on board. Last ups for the Cardinals as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. New score on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It now reads Sartell leading Alexandria 15-0.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Welcome back to the Alexandria Area High School Fast Pitch Softball Complex. After doing some sleuthing in between the half inning, we discovered that it was Sophia Fromm that was able to deliver a pinch hit 2-run single for Sartell to make it a 16-0 lead for the Sabres, bottom of the 5th inning. And Alexandria now down to its final ups in the game. And I think the Cardinals may be going to the bench as well, but I'm trying to peer in here. Nope, I believe that is Brooklyn McPhail leading off, and she hits a sharp shot down to third, and the play across the diamond is going to be good for the out. So McPhail struck that one well, but she's out on a grounder to her counterpart, Marnie Kuzman, at third base.
Yeah, that was a well-hit ball, but just a really good play there.
So one gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, Alexandria needs to put together a big rally. Otherwise, the game will end by the mercy rule after the Cardinals are done batting. Alexandria must get at least 7 runs here in the last of the 5th, as it is 16-0 for Sartell. Pitch is up and away, and it's 1 ball. No strikes to Lauren Getch. She fouls a pitch back, and the count is now 1-1.
Getch is one of 9 Alexandria Cardinals to strike out here this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a total of 10 Ks for Sartell pitching today. Oh, my, line drive, and it's caught by Marnie Kuzman. So not only was she doing good work in the pitcher's circle, but she flashed a little leather down at third base, taking a base hit away from Lauren Getch, and there are 2 gone.
Yeah, that was just true athleticism there and a good reaction. That was a really nice snag.
So it'll be up to Gabby Rassett to try to keep the game going now for Alexandria, down to the final out in what could be a game shortened due to the mercy rule. And we got a fly ball out into center field, and this will be playable and caught for the center fielder. And that will end the game as Gabby Rassett put one in play, but she's retired on the fly ball to center to wrap it up. So the Cardinals go in order in the last of the 5th inning, and Sartell will go home with the win. Today's final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard: Sartell 16, Alexandria nothing in 5 innings. For our studio engineer, Steve D, back at KXRA, I think what we're going to do here as we go closed circuit right over the airwaves of Leighton Media, I think we'll take the bottom 5th inning break. So obviously we've got some spots there. Do the top 6th inning break as well. And then what we can do later on is we'll combine the bottom 6th and top 7th break. So in essence, we're going to have a cluster of breaks coming up, including the one that is forthcoming. So in approximately 2 minutes or so, we will get rolling with our Juettner Motors post-game report. But right now on our platforms, let's enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Better water.
We do welcome you back to Alexandria Area High School's Fast Pitch Softball Complex, and we will get rolling with the Juettner Motors postgame report. Let me remind you that you are enjoying the coverage here on our Leighton Media platforms, watching the game on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, listening to the game on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. And again, we appreciate you joining us. This year, we are trying to do as many regular season and postseason events through live video streaming, including the KXRA play-by-play, and I think that will be the case for all of our spring sports broadcasts through the regular season and then even in the Section 8 Class 4A tournaments for both softball and baseball. Rough day at the yard today for the Alexandria Fast Pitch softball team. They faced a very good pitcher in Marnie Kuzman, and Kuzman was in cruise control today. She would end up retiring all 9 batters that she faced. Alexandria was able to get a little bit of traffic in the 2 innings of work against Lydia Whale, but the Cardinals go down to defeat by a final score of 15-0. JP Boline, I know that you've been a student athlete in your day. I have not been. I've been more of a fan throughout the course of my lifetime. There are just some situations that you chalk it up, it just wasn't a good day. I don't think this is, a full indication of, how good Alexandria can be or how poor Alexandria might be. You just have one of those games. Sartell did a lot of things well, and they're not now 9-2 by accident.
No, not at all. And I mean, this is a team that's going to compete for this section. I think they're going to give Rocori a really good run for their money. So I think Sartell's a very good softball squad who's got an excellent pitcher as well, an excellent ace pitcher. So chalk it up to that a little bit. And then also just, Sartell got some nice bounces right away early in the game. And Alexandria had a couple errors, and early errors I think are way worse than late errors. Just you get in your head a little bit there too. So I think Alexandria's defense, straightened up quite a bit throughout the game. They took a lot of things that they can, take from this game and be happy about. So you learn from these kind of games more than you learn from 15-0 wins or 16-0 wins. So Alexandria's just got to regroup. It's not even May. It's April 29th, so still very early in the season, and go back and try to get back to 500.
Say, before we go to our next break, we wanted to give some recognition. You and I talked about it earlier, and we just heard the Culvers announcement a little while ago. And we'll make our recognition of the Culvers play of the game. It actually occurred very early on. Really heads up defensive play over at the hot corner by Brooklyn McPhail, and she gets the Culvers play of the game honors for her nifty defensive work there.
Yeah, it was a great play, and look at it. Obviously, you look at the score, and you're saying I guess you look at it in grand scheme, it didn't mean a lot in the end, but at the time, I mean, it meant a lot. And hey, I mean, Alexandria got to play a couple innings, maybe because of that play right there too. I mean,
right.
If the runner's still at third base there from a tag, if she goes to first, maybe they score there. I mean, a lot of things could have happened, but it was a great heads-up play, and that's the kind of thing. I mean, those are the kind of plays that builds confidence. And she made an error the inning before, and she looked good the rest of the game. So
yeah, Brooklyn McPhail, when she made that tag out play, you had a situation where runners were at second and third at the time, so there was no force play in effect there. But Brooklyn McPhail fielded the sharp ground ball, tagged the runner who got off of third base to get the force play there. Yeah. The throw across the diamond did not get the batter, but I just thought, and Brooklyn McPhail's kind of a veteran on the left side of the infield there, so, but really heads-up defensive work on her part.
Yeah, she's been at third base. I think this is maybe the third year in a row she's been that main stable there at the hot corner, and she's done a great job in her 3 years, and she's a good hitter as well, and she had that great defensive play, and we see that a lot, and looking forward to seeing more of that here in this year. Alexandria is a team that really prides itself on defense. I think they're a very good defensive team last year, and when they're at 100%, everybody's on the field. I think this is a very good defensive team.
For our studio engineer, Steve D. back at KXRA Radio, I think our next break here will go with the I believe we have two 60-second breaks here, so that would be a top seventh or a bottom sixth break, top seventh break. So 2-minute timeout here, and then we're going to continue on with more of our Juettner Motors post-game report. But right now, we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be
Pitch softball complex where it was all Sartell today. The Sabres win by a score of 16-0 in 5 innings. Sartell scored runs in every inning. I would have to enter in the zip code finder to see what city would be listed by the zip code if you took all of the runs scored across the line for Sartell. It went 6-5-1-2-2. So whatever city that would be, I don't know. But 16 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Sartell, 4 runners left on base. Alexandria, no runs, 2 hits, 3 errors. The Cardinals only batted 2 above the minimum today. And the Cardinals end up getting swept by Sartell during the regular season. Game 1 down at Sartell went to the Sabres by a 6-2 score. And again, Sartell batted around in the first inning and scoring 6 runs. All of those were unearned against starting pitcher Emily Nicola. due to the 2 errors in the field. And then another error in the field in the top of the second inning led to 3 more unearned runs for Sartell as the Sabres built the lead up to 11-0, and then again would continue to tack on with a single run in the third inning, 2 runs in the fourth, and 2 runs in the fifth inning to wrap it up. So JP Boline, again, you can lament about, how lopsided it was and everything like that. And, Sartell's a pretty solid team. They and Ricori, along with the St. Cloud Crush, are probably going to be the teams that are vying for a conference championship here in 2026. And I know you and I will see Ricori in a little more than a week from now, but Sartell's got a lot of valuable assets. We can extol the virtues of Marnie Kuzman, their senior pitcher in the circle, but she's got a pretty good supporting cast around her.
Absolutely. That's a lot of good hitting Sabres on this softball team, and that's going to be a team that's going to be, like I said earlier, it's going to be a team that's hard to beat. Ricori, same story. They got a lot of good hitters every year, so they also have a pretty good ace pitcher as well, who Alexandria saw late in the season last year. So that matchup would be one to see too. But it's going to be that'll be a fun section to follow this season. Sartell is going to be a very good team, and man, when you can hit and when you can run the bases like they did today, and have a pitcher who dominates, and honestly, I mean, their second pitcher here today too, Wales. Yeah, she was also very good. So they've got a lot of depth up and down the field, and it's going to be a good team.
So the Sabres get the win and now stand at 7-1 in the Central Lakes Conference, 9-2 overall. Alexandria with the defeat falls to 3-2 in the CLC. And 3-4 overall. The Cardinals continue in conference play tomorrow with a game against the St. Cloud Crush down in the Granite City, and then a road trip to Bemidji on Friday of this week. So the competition week begins here for Alexandria today. Unfortunately, the Cardinals come up on the short end of the scoreboard. Another break as we enjoy some words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage, and then we'll continue with more of our Juettner Motors post-game report after this timeout.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did.
I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
High school fast pitch softball complex. No post-game interview today. Hopefully on a different day, maybe next Thursday at Ricori after a little more of an exciting game. We'll have the opportunity to visit with one of the members of the Alexandria fast pitch softball team. The Cardinals go down to defeat 16-0 in 5 innings today as Sartell goes to 7-1 in the Central Lakes Conference, 9-2 overall. Boy, what a week it's been for the Sabres. They have now combined. After the 2 victories over Brainerd yesterday, they have outscored in the 3 games that they've won, they've outscored the opposition 42-0.
Wow.
So 13-0, 13-0 against Brainerd yesterday in the doubleheader sweep, and then the win today 16-0 up in Alexandria. So Cardinals will try to regroup. Again, Ava Klimek and Greta Kelly should be back with the team in the very near future. I would presume that, JP, that they will be in uniform when we have the opportunity to see them next week down at Cold Spring.
Yeah, that would be big as well. I mean, Ava Klimek is, I think, probably the Cardinals' best fielder year in and year out. She's been manning that shortstop position for what feels like 3 or 4 years now on the varsity level. So it's going to be big to have her back. But yeah, I mean, Alexandria just got to regroup from this, learn from this, and they'll be better from this.
Yeah, you're on mic 1 and I'm on mic 3. So
I played that wrong.
You played your Sid Hartman routine beautifully there. Coughing right on the air and stuff like that. So, but you did kill my mic, which there are probably some viewers and some listeners who would probably think that's not a bad deal. Maybe do it more often. But you and I will be at Legion Field at D Lagoon Park Thursday for Alexandria's baseball game against the Fergus Falls Otters. The Cardinals playing some good baseball. They got 2 wins against Brainerd yesterday, just like Sartell's softball team got 2 wins against Brainerd yesterday. But it is intriguing because, when we saw them a couple of weeks back against Ricori, the Cardinals' offense was on fire that night, and it hasn't been to that level necessarily since, with the exception of, the games yesterday against the Brainerd Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, they just got to find that swing again. It was a fun night to be a Cardinal fan that night for sure. So Fergus Falls, an opponent that Alexandria sees every year. They've seen them for a long time, ever since they've grown up. So that's going to be a fun game for everybody. And Alexandria, after a really fun and exciting game yesterday, it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and the Otters and the Cardinals only play each other 1 time this year. Now, last year they ended up playing each other 3 times, and Fergus Falls kind of threw the roadblock right away in Alexandria's postseason schedule. Jake Munch's team had a #1 seed in the section tournament last year and didn't win a playoff game, losing at home to Fergus Falls right away and then losing in the elimination bracket to Little Falls, as both teams were knocked off at home in their first round playoff games. And that section for baseball last year, I know Alexandria is no longer in 8 AAA, but that got crazy because Fergus Falls ended up being the last team to lose a playoff game, but Hutchinson lost a game to Ricori right away, and then I think went either 5-0 or 6-0 to win that section when they got thrown into the elimination bracket right away.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what can happen, especially in a game like baseball. You get a hitter who's red hot and get a couple base runners on for him, or you get a pitcher who's red hot and you can ride them a little bit as well. It's different in baseball, obviously, than softball. You can't pitch the same person every game, but you get a couple really good outings or really hot hitting in baseball, and it can change the seeding. It can change somebody's season for sure.
Well, JP, we will look forward to seeing you up in Fergus Falls. Enjoy your evening, and we'll talk again soon.
You as well. See you tomorrow.
You can wake up, by the way, with JP Boline on our today's hit music station, Z99.3, for the C&D Granite Morning Show. That is on the air between 6 and 10 a.m. weekdays. And if I am on my best behavior, I might get a little airtime with JP tomorrow morning for the Two Average Guys Sports Chat around 20 after 7. I'm guessing some Wild discussion will be on the docket, maybe some Timberwolves discussion, maybe the fact that the Twins dropped the rubber game of a 3-game series today to Seattle. But Two Average Joes, that's me and JP on the air right around 7:20 weekday mornings here on our today's hit music sibling station, Z99.3. My thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage. Special thanks to Juettner Motors for being the presenting sponsor of our post-game report. Again, our broadcast tomorrow, high school baseball. Alexandria at Fergus Falls for a 5 o'clock game. We'll be on the air 1.5 hours later with the Juettner Motors pregame show at 4:30, and game time will follow at 5 o'clock. For Steve D., our KXRA radio studio engineer, and for my broadcast partner, JP Boline, this is D-Mac Dave McClurg wishing you a good evening from the Alexandria Area High School Softball Complex, where the visiting Sartell Sabres prevail over Alexandria 16-0 in 5 innings.